After nearly 15 years of being in the foster care system, a 19-year-old got to embrace his new family yesterday. I just love this.
Hey special family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm AutismMom, and on this channel we talk about autism and everything in between. In today's fair use reaction video, a 19-year-old has been on the waiting list for 15 years to be adopted from foster care. Longest waiting, but he has finally found a family. Let's take a look at it.
Matters, and this matters a whole lot, is after nearly 15 years of being in the foster care system, a 19-year-old got to embrace his new family yesterday. I just love this.
That's right. Cozy was the longest waiting child in our state's foster care system. He was adopted by Tim and Anna Dietrich after Anna met with him through her job at Project Zero. It's a nonprofit that connects children in foster care to a permanent loving home. Members from Project Zero, the Department of Human Services, and other organizations who've gotten to know Cozy through the years were there for that very special occasion.
Cozy's getting a whole crew today, and we're so excited. And that is what we want for every single one of our waiting kids.
Anna says Cozy has been growing his family for years now, and that they are glad he now shares their last name. How special is that? Big time.
Congratulations.
Let's take a look at some other videos where we see that kids with special needs got adopted or received a home that they can call family or their home.
Is it different when you're trying to adopt someone with special needs?
Yeah, Alex kind of fell on our lap. We heard about him in September. They were just kind of asking if we knew anything about his disability. We went and met the birth parents for coffee. I held Alex for 3 hours. We talked about the special needs community. We left coffee. I didn't think anything of it. 2 days later, the birth mom called and was like, "Will you guys take him?" I was like, "Well, we don't have anything done yet. Like, we have a lot to do. This isn't what we planned." So I was like, "We will try to do this as fast as we can. I can't promise anything. Like, please keep looking for other families, but we'll do what we can." 28 days later, we brought Alex home.
Wow. Okay. So how do you go through the process of like, yes, here's this family saying, "Will you take my kid?" You're willing to adopt. Like, do you have to hire an attorney? Like, what is that process like?
Yeah,
do you go to the
you have
state?
to hire an attorney. There was a foster care agency that got involved. So a social worker stepped in. They came and like checked out our house, made sure that it was safe. We had to do a few like modifications to it to get it ready. We had to do background checks, fingerprinting, physical testing. Definitely had to get a lawyer, pay a bunch of fees. Adoption is so expensive. It's insane.
Yeah.
Insane how much it is, including.
Which is so terrible.
Yeah.
Think about
so
that.
terrible.
Do you love me? Yes. Do you love me?
Today we're in the household of a superhero. Her name is Becky, and her and her husband have adopted and fostered children for over 10 years, each with their own special need.
I have 4 children, biological children, and my 4th child, whose name was Ben, was born in 2002, and he lived to the age of 8. We found just a lot of joy, you know, as hard as it was. And I mean, of course you want you want normal, healthy kids, but for our situation, you know, he taught us a lot that other kids wouldn't have been able to teach us. And we found that, we had a lot of joy taking care of him and a lot of good experiences that it like made me want to do it with other kids as well.
I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that you spend 100 days a year.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like how often do you feel like you're in?
So winter, like perpetual cold from like October to like May, and her cold will kind of like, she's always got a runny nose and congested, and then it kind of like gets worse where she'll need a hospital stay, and then it gets better. So she's kind of like that all the way through the winter.
What's astonishing to me is that like, as like a father, you know, you always like the worst fear is losing your kids. Mm-hmm. And you're adopting children that you know that you're gonna fall in love with and you're gonna lose them. And so you feel like you're always burying children. What does that do to your mental state?
So yeah, people have asked me that before, and I guess like I like to live in the day, like in the moment, and not worry about the future because I know it's gonna happen. But you know what? I could lose any of my other kids that don't have these issues. So life is not a guarantee, and you don't know how long you'll have your kids. And so for me, because of like how much joy they bring to our lives and like what a privilege it is to take care of them, it's worth it. But it's not something that, it's always like in the back of my heart, knowing that, someday that I have to bury them. But it's still, like, to me, it's worth it. I would adopt a whole lot more if I had the space and capability. But 3's a good handful. So, are you a handful?
Hey, Nicole, the medical mom here. Let's get into the backstory for Sabrina. This is my sweet baby Sabrina. We call her Baby Z. She is currently 14 years old. She is a June baby, so her birthday is coming up soon, fastly approaching to be 15. She came into care when she was 3. The first picture of this slide is actually the first day I met her, the first day she came into my care. She's always been a chunky butt and a cutie. She came into care for medical neglect and a drug-addicted parent. They tried to shift responsibilities to the maternal grandmother, but the maternal grandmother failed to comply with CPS restrictions. Sabrina's case was actually drawn out a little bit, and it was one of those cases that was hell on wheels. Oh my gosh. When I tell you that family gave me hell when Sabrina was in care, that family gave me hell when Sabrina was in care. The grandma was literally batshit crazy, if you ask me, to the point they had to stop visitation. Sabrina was in foster care for about 2.5 years before I decided to adopt her. Rights were clearly terminated well before I made the decision to adopt her. But there's always a push in the deciding factor, what made me want to adopt her. She's nonverbal. She has schizocephaly as well as cerebral palsy. She doesn't walk, she doesn't talk. When I did get her in the beginning, she was feeding by bottle. Then she slowly regressed and declined to eat by bottle, and she started losing weight, so she had to get a G-tube. Her cognitive level is not what it appears to be. She can understand fully. Look at her acting a fool right here. She wants to get out of bed, and she knows she wants to get out of bed. She does follow some command, like go to bed, come upstairs, sit down, come eat. She understands a lot more than what people think. And if you don't know what schizocephaly is a brain disorder. Her brain actually stops at her earlobes. Like, she literally has a compressed brain. It looks like she has a half a brain if you look at her CT scans. She's never been able to walk. She walks on her knees, which is called tall walking. But she's the most healthiest child that I have.
The man you're looking at is a father to over 80 children. But these are not his children. These are kids that nobody else wants, and he adopted all 80 of them. Why? Because they only have a few weeks left to live. Who is this man? Why is he doing this? And why is nobody else helping these dying kids? In California, USA, I found Muhammad.
Hi, nice day. My name is Muhammad Bazik. I'm taking care of kids with terminal illness.
Decades ago, Muhammad moved to the US all the way from Libya. But what he found wasn't the American dream. Instead of happy families, he found broken homes. Instead of smiling children, he found dying kids, abandoned in hospitals, kids without names and without a family.
These kids left alone in the hospital because their family doesn't want to deal with their death. Most of them like 1 week, 2 weeks from the hospital.
Kids with diseases and defects that make them so weak and so sick that they don't even live to see their first birthday. And so instead of caring for them, some parents leave them forever.
The reason so many kids are being left at the hospital because their parents, some of them like alcoholic or drug abuser or teenagers or technically homeless. They don't want these kids, especially was even after the doctor told them they are terminal.
Muhammad knew he had to do something about this. He could not let these children die alone without a family. So he decided to bring them home.
I used to visit those kids and I see them They're alone in the playroom or in the real room because nobody visit them, nobody take care of them, nobody hugs them, nobody loves them, nobody talk to them, you know. So that's how I became foster parents.
He bought them food, toys, medicines, even breathing machines, and became the father they never had.
I hope this video was able to tell you that there's still amazing people out in the world. There's still kind, loving, God-fearing, heartwarming, empathetic people out there in the world who are willing to also give these kids a chance. And to those people, I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you, and the world is a better place because of you. Catch you in the next video. Bye.